And welcome back to more Animal Crossing New Horizons. So as you can see, because the game syncs up to real time, it's still Friday. It's still March 20. And I feel like I've barely scratched the surface of what there is to see in this game, despite already doing 2 whole videos of just the prologue and the basic first day stuff. Where's Pierce? We should talk to Pierce. Are you in here? Looks like no one's here. Well, that answers my question. So today, I think I am going to prioritize what we can see in Nook's residential services building. Also, we can knock out a really easy achievement posting on the bulletin board. We'll use this board to post important notices and other useful bits of information for everyone. Yes, yes. Gee, when we wrote that. Residents and visitors alike should feel free to use the bulletin board to communicate with each other, celebrate special events, and more. So, you can use a keyboard or you can draw. So that's pretty neat. So, I am going to do a basic hello. And the controller's gonna vibrate. There we go. I feel like if you do an achievement and don't realize it, like if you do something accidentally and the controller just starts vibrating and the sound starts playing, you could conceivably be jump scared by Animal Crossing. Picture this, getting Nook Miles from Nook Inc. the first time you write something on the island's bulletin board. Keep using bulletin boards to communicate with everyone on the island. Yes, yes? We're already a third of the way to the house. Is that right? No. A fourth. Anyway, let's check resident services. Ah, Jonathan, welcome, welcome. As you can see, it is quite cozy in here. It's funny how cozy doesn't always mean comfortable, Let me know if you need advice on how to spend your time on this island, or anything else. If you need some advice about basic island materials, you should talk to Timmy. He can help you procure some of the essentials for thriving in our little paradise. And if you want to earn some bells, he has a rather generous policy of purchasing just about anything. Not strictly advisable from a business perspective, but quite generous. Yes, yes? Oh, one more important thing. I'm offering a free DIY workshop that can help you really build out your island experience. I think it would be quite useful, so I do hope you take me up on it, Nook is just kind of helpful in this game. Ah, welcome, welcome. You don't waste any time, do you? We're still setting up, but for starters, we intend to offer a small selection of goods for our island residents. Space is limited right now, but we'll try to have some fresh stock each and every day. I'm sure you're busy, but feel free to take a look at some of the items we're thinking of selling. I'll take a look. Great. I have no money. A toolbox. Yep, I'm good. You can catch your eye if there's something you'd like to purchase. We can do business later. We're not just sellers, but we'll also buy things from you, including stuff gathered on this island. And because we want to support efforts to beautify the island, we'll even pay you a little bit in return for any weeds or trash you bring in. If you want to know whether we'll buy something, just ask. So, this is kind of game-changing. Of course, what exactly are you offering? Weeds count as sellable items now. That's new, to my knowledge. I think before, if you pull out a weed, it would just disappear. Now you can actually sell them. So we have 94 weeds. Some clumps of weeds. Sure, how about I offer you 940 bells? That's quite a lot. Thank you, please come again. And Nook phone. Again, it kind of caught me off guard, like, why is the controller rumbling? Nook Inc. slates you for your beautification efforts. Nook Inc. rewards you with Nook Miles for selling weeds. Nook Inc. is quite generous, no? So, one neat thing is certain Nook miles are tiered. So 200 weeds is our next goal, so we can keep working on that. Again, I'm gonna be real, this game is just really good. Let's see, this is the third part, so I am less than, let's see, that'd mean I'm less than an hour in, and I'm already feeling like I'm falling into this gameplay loop pretty well, because, I think the term is like a feedback loop? Ah, I see you've discovered my DIY workbench. Yes, the DIY workshop. Each participant will make and keep their own tools and receive a set of DIY recipes. I think it will be quite useful for island life, So shall I put you down for the next available session? Yes, that's the island spirit. I happen to be free right this very moment, so let's get started. Welcome to my DIY workshop. Oh, I suppose workshop is overselling it a bit, When you see how simple it is to DIY or do it yourself, you'll understand what I mean. The basic idea is to gather materials, follow a recipe, and then craft using a workbench like this one. So today we'll be constructing a fishing rod using common materials that you can find anywhere, yes? For this particular recipe, we require a mere 5 tree branches. It is admittedly a little flimsy. Now then, come see me once you've collected the materials, Ah, Jonathan found the necessary materials, Well then, let's get started on crafting that fishing rod. Yes. To begin, just select a project from the workbench and get started. Go ahead, give it a try. I made a flimsy fishing rod. Yes, that was perfect! As you can see, crafting is quite simple, provided you have the correct recipes, And that concludes my free DIY workshop. Oh, there's just one last thing. I have a few common DIY recipes for you, free of charge, naturally. I'll just need to send them to your Nook phone. Would you mind opening it up? Splendid, thank you. The DIY app is now installed on your phone and ready for you to use anytime. And the flimsy fishing rod you just crafted is yours to keep. It may not last forever, but it should serve you well for a little while at least. Speaking of fishing, I'm no master angler, but perhaps I can give you a few tips, In my experience, you should aim in front of the shadow of a fish when you cast your line, yes. I would love to see anything you manage to catch. I'm quite curious about the local fauna. So yes, it's just sitting in our inventory now. Can I not move it? That's weird. I was hoping to move it. I have a very specific way of sorting items in Animal Crossing. And it's like, can I sort my inventory is what I'm trying to figure out right now. Apparently not, which is a little weird, admittedly. Grab one. Like, see, I can do this, but that doesn't really help me out. That just takes up a lot of inventory. Yeah, that's a weird little oversight, I'm gonna be honest. Because in most Animal Crossings, you can basically pick up things and move them around. And not being able to do that is a little weird. Anyway, what was I saying? Feedback loops? I don't know if I'm applying this term correctly, admittedly, but basically what I mean by this is, Animal Crossing is a series where people constantly are like, I don't get the appeal because you're just basically doing chores. And to some extent, I actually completely understand why people are, why people have that kind of mindset. Also, you can still quick select using the D-pad, put away by pushing down on the D-pad. Wow, this looks flimsy. I can tell why it's called that. Basically, the reason I love Animal Crossing is... Yes. I caught a horse mackerel. Of course, roll. The reason I love Animal Crossing so much is kind of a sense of, one, escapism, and two, a little bit of catharsis, I think. How to put this? Basically, you're rewarded for doing a lot of things in Animal Crossing, directly or indirectly, like... that was just bad. Trying to do things like, you know, keeping your town clean for a perfect rank. What else? Like catching fish for the museum, which, again, we don't have unlocked. There's just a lot of things to do in Animal Crossing, and I caught a dab, not bad. It's so, like, simple but rewarding at the same time, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm explaining this well remotely, but what I mean by this is... the reason I think this game is gonna be an addiction is because of things like the Nook Miles, because it so simply incentivizes just really ordinary things. Like picking up weeds, which we're doing now. One, you get money, which is way better than the old games, but two, you also get miles, which we need to like pay off our house and things. So the basic routine feels like it's spiced up a little bit because of Nook Miles, which I should be really checking. I know this one for like making a design, but I don't really feel comfortable making a design right now because I can't think of anything, so it'd just be me sitting around trying to decide on what to do. This is like some of the prettiest water I've seen in a long time. Nintendo games always have really good water for some reason, like even going back to like Super Mario Sunshine, the water was really good for the time. Pikmin 3 has really good water. Why am I jumping the gun so much on this? Oh, hi, Pierce. Yo, that spot you found me is just incredible, thanks. I hope we can keep looking out for each other like this. It's good to have buddies, Hawkeye. Oh, right. I've got something here for you, Hawkeye. Thanks again for finding a place for my place. That mesh cap is perfect for Cobalt. You can try it on by pressing X to open up your pockets, then press A to select the item you want. Choose where if you want to put it on. You can always change later if you need to work out, Hawkeye. I do notice the problem of the fact that my fishing rod is clipping through my head, but hey, it's not the end of the world. I feel like most games have that issue, like minor clipping, even like AAA games. Tend to have tons of clipping problems. Let's actually learn these things. Huh? Okay. Sweet, I learned a DIY recipe for a simple DIY workbench. So we can make our own workbench, that's nice. Huh? Okay. Sweet, I learned a DIY recipe for a leaf umbrella. So that was the one that Shari gave us, if I'm remembering right. I'm not sure how interesting this is, just listening to me literally going around talking about how great Animal Crossing is while picking up weeds, but yeah, basically, little things add up to big things for me a lot of times in games, and media in general. So that's a big part of why I like Animal Crossing. There's a lot of little, tiny... What the heck is that? I caught a squid. I had an inkling I might... Oh, I see what they did. Same studio, by the way, as Splatoon, if I'm not mistaken. Which is probably why they had to stop doing Splatoon updates, because they probably had to shift over to this game. But yeah, little cathartic things are why I get into Animal Crossing as much as I do. Got a sea bass. No, wait, it's at least a C+. And this game, I think, I feel like I'm going in circles at this point with this topic, what I'm trying to say. But yeah, this game seems like it's kind of perfected the whole idea of really rewarding the player for just doing basically anything. And that's a really great feeling. Again, some of the past games have struggled with balancing having things to look forward to, and, oh, Jonathan, hello. What would you like to talk to me about? I'm all ears. Found a creature. Oh, splendid, let's have a look, shall we? Oh, what a catch! I do believe this is a sea bass. If this island can support a sea bass, why, who knows what other fantastic creatures we might find living here. I have an idea. An old friend of mine runs a museum, and I'd love to send it to him for a closer look. Would you be okay with that? Thank you, I promise that I'll take extra good care of you, sea bass. Oh, that reminds me. This is in no way tied to your generous donation just now, but I have a useful app to show you. I sent you the Critterpedia app. It's a terrific research for an aspiring island researcher such as yourself. With this one app, you'll get all of the important details about the bugs and fish you catch. Yes? I do hope you'll continue to fill it up with your discoveries and share them with me too. I'm sure I'll be able to come up with some kind of additional reward, Can I give him more? Oh, another creature? Well, let's have a look at that one as well. This is cool. I see what they're doing. Oh, what a catch. I do believe this is a squid. Would you mind if I sent this magnificent creature along to my museum curating friend as well? Thank you. I promise that I'll take extra good care of your squid. Oh, by the way, have you been taking advantage of my DIY workbench lately? Not really. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You do know that you're welcome to use it at any time, Perhaps you could use some new DIY ideas. Do you mind turning on your phone? I just sent you a number of DIY recipes that require wood, along with the recipe to craft an axe. Yes, I think an axe would come in quite useful on this island, because so many other things are made of wood, I hope you'll keep bringing me new discoveries to examine. It's all a part of the island experience, yes? I feel like I dropped everything for that. Island togetherness. One of the goals of Nook Inc. is resident togetherness. Our gregarious greetings initiative aims to reward you with Nook Miles for just chatting with residents. Try to talk to all of your neighbors every day. So this is one that stacks over time. Have a nice DIY. Nook Inc. will award Nook Miles for the number of DIY recipes you've collected. Think about that. You're earning for learning. Yes? Did I get something else? There we go. Selling things you don't need is a great way to keep down the clutter and earn a few extra bells. In this case, a few extra miles. Hooray for your first sale. It's 2,600. Jeez. And that seems to be all for now. I got totally sidetracked, but I'll finish this talk in the next part. That actually perfectly segued into what I was about to say, but oh well. We were out of time for today, so thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more Animal Crossing New Horizons.